Here's the question. How do you make the impossible possible? Simple. Remove the I am, the ego. Now, how do you step into that newfound possibility? With a series of small intentional steps. Never forget, the greatest among us started from humble beginnings. But to truly unlock your potential, realize you're here for something greater. If you're yearning for more than just a good life, let's take that small step together to reach greatness. Welcome to the Greatness from Small Beginnings podcast, where we're talking to those who have gone from mediocrity to motivated, overlooked to overachieving, forgettable to unforgettable. Are you ready? Let's go. Well, hello, everybody. Again, back for my therapy session, doing the Greatness from Small Beginnings. And that is the story of my life. I hope to be great someday, not for accolades, but in my own mind and in God's mind, I hope to be great. He's designed me and put me on this earth for greatness. And so now I have to go abide in it, which means live in it, live deeply in it, live comfortably in it, and not to be comfortable, but to live in it comfortably in the discomfort, something like that. Today, again, back to therapy. This is what I do to make myself move forward in life, is talk about these things. I've always been an external processor, which, by the way, can be a real negative because sometimes over the years, my wife and I, both external processors, would talk through things in front of other people, in front of our kids. And often they weren't kind things. We were just trying to grasp what in the world is going on here. And they were not good things, and not good things, especially to put out in front of others. So be careful when you're an external processor. All right. That being said, greatness from small beginnings. Let's talk about what men want, and kind of need, but won't ask for. And I've got a list here. It won't take long to get through the list, but I'll expand on a couple of them. Might run through it a couple of times to fill in the thoughts. But here's my thinking. Here's what this says. 10 things men want but won't ask for. Someone to notice when he's quiet and care enough to ask. I have one of those. I have a couple of those in my life, and I'm so glad. One is a male friend and one is my wife. And the problem is that often I'm quiet, feeling sorry for myself, or in a bad headspace, and them asking me, it does make me feel better, but I end up blurting a bunch of stuff that, if I'm honest about how I feel, it's not good for me or them to hear it. So when I get quiet, I need to check myself and make sure I'm being introspective. And that's what I'm being, rather than feeling sorry for myself. Number 2, a thank you for the things I've done without being asked. And there's a list. The older I get, the more I want to serve the bride of my youth, my wife. 43 years I've been married to her, and the more I want to serve her. And that's a good thing. I want to serve her. Some of it's self-protection because, boy, it's a little overstated maybe, but happy wife, happy life. There's something to that, actually, that if she's happy, I'm serving her. But I tell you, I perhaps have spoiled her in a way by serving her, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't have done it. I need to do those things and give her the respect, to cherish her the way I should cherish her is probably the best way to say it. But I want a thank you for the things that I do without being asked. I want that. I don't often get it, but I want it nonetheless. What I want, a warm hug. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy from a girl. It could be some guy coming up and said, dude, you're good. could be my wife, and I really like that. And she has been in a stressful situation, and I will say that at times she has done that over the years. We we have not chosen the easy life. We've been in construction, had our own business, gone all the way multiple times from a few people to a dozen plus, 20 people up to 20 people, and then rotated back, and then finally this last growth spurt over the last 10 years went from 5 employees up to we'll get up to about 65 or so this year. But I want a hug. I do want a hug. Another thing I want is to be reminded that I'm enough. Been wondering that my whole life. And if you men listening to this, you're also with me on this, you understand. You've been wondering your whole life, am I enough? And the crazy thing about that question is, well, of course you're enough. You're doing things. You're somebody. You're pulling it together. You're serving your family. You're growing your family. You're raising kids. If you're at my age, you're looking at that sunset, not of life necessarily, but of the career life you've done. And then what are we going to do after that? That's going to be wholesome and good and fulfilling. Yes, that's a little self-focused, but what's external focus is life is world changing. And now I've got perhaps a little bit of wisdom to be able to do more of that. Number 4, to be reminded that I'm enough. That's the one I just read. Even when I'm not at my best is what it finishes with. And boy, there's a lot of moments. There is a lot of moments. Been going through what do I even call it? Well, a workshop, basically about what my calling is, what I was put on this earth to do. And I have found some clarity there. And I think I'm going to have to dig deeper, probably go to the extended version of it to get everything out of it that I need. But I want to know what my calling is because I want to know what best looks like. That's what I need to know. But another thing I want, a partner who believes in me, even when I'm doubting myself. And the partner, and that can be business partner, that can be spouse, that can be best friend. Um, these things are important to men and we doubt ourselves often. We carry an internal heaviness that is incredible. I can't remember the guy's name. His first name's Dwayne, an older guy that sometimes smokes a cigar while he's talking on video. A lot of wisdom there in that guy. And the thing that I can relate with is he's like, man, men carry a burden. I carry a burden for my kids. My youngest child in a couple of months will be 30 years old, and I still carry a burden for my kids. And then grandkids. Oh, the world they're growing up in is terrible, and I carry a burden for them too. And that's good. That's responsible. But it turns my heart towards prayer and towards how can I get better for their sake kinds of things, which is why I stay in shape. I run, I do different things. Um, Try to stay in shape, keep my muscles and bones working, and my lungs and heart especially. Number 6, space to think without being judged for needing it. I I need a morning routine. There's a day a week when I don't get it. And if I do that 2 days in a row, it's terrible. I hate it. But I need a morning routine. It's because I spend time quiet and I spend time thinking, and I need to do that. So what else do I want? A genuine compliment. And it's not about looks. It's not about how I come across, but that I'm cared for me. Now, I'm relating all this to me, but I know, men, that you need the same things. You need an honest, genuine compliment. And where I'm coming from on this podcast is I look at some of the things that have happened to me over the last 2 years, and I say the opposite of these things has been communicated. The opposite has been afforded me, and I've had to deal with it no matter what. So I want a genuine compliment, not just on my looks, not my physique, none of that, but just on who I am. I want a safe place to open up without pressure or interpretation. Uh, I don't mind questions. Actually, I like them. Well, what does this mean? What do you mean by that? Well, what if you could have anything fill in the gap? What would it be? And I like that stuff. But a safe place. Um, Not been in a safe place, some over the last couple of years. And I don't mean that I'm so weak that I can't like live in tension because I can live in tension. But I am weak when I'm constantly in an unsafe place. Do begin to question myself. So I love it when somebody listens, and in particular, my wife. And I love that. She's pretty good at it. Sometimes she'll let me go on and on. And I want to feel wanted, not just needed. I want her and others, friends friends, to choose to be with me. I want to be with you because you're my friend. I want to be with you because you're my spouse. I want that. And I think that men, we all want that. I need love. I want love that feels steady, even when life isn't. My wife is very good at that. She's a steady person. She's a very steady person. She gets complimented by many other people, which I'm so grateful for, that she brings peace to a situation, that our home, which is her home, not this is just mine, not especially mine, it's mostly hers. Uh, it's a house for me. It's a place to live, but for her, it's home. And people walk in here and they feel peaceful. They feel free to be who they are. They feel peace. And that is a good thing. And she brings that and has been sent some messages recently that talked about the fact that she brings calm in this person's life. And it is a person that needs it. And I'm very proud that she can do that. She often does the same thing for me. Sometimes we have griping sessions, and those are not calm moments, but those are also part of the process of life, of what do we do now, of how do we get out of this thing that we made a mess of to get into. How do we do it best? But I love that she's steady, and I want to be that for her. And I think I am, but I need to be steadier. I need to be calm and steady. So those are the 10 things that men want. There's more. We want to be acknowledged. It's part of this already. We want to be affirmed. It's part of this already. We want to be, and not just acknowledged as in great job, guy, but that you have character, that you have enough, that you are enough because you're not just inherently enough, but you've acted correctly and you've built a legacy that says, I know that guy and he's going to act this way. He's going to be this kind of person. It's going to bring this to the table, this value. And that makes us men feel good. That being said, I'm going to go back to the beginning here and I'm going to quote my good friend Zig Ziglar, which I've never met. You were designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. Listen carefully. You were designed for accomplishment. Oh, yes. Engineered for success and endowed with the seeds of greatness. That's you. That's me. That's God's creation. Now we get to choose. We get to choose what we do with it. So here's my demand and admonishment to you, call to action. Now go be great.